Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, Louisiana Lottery, Healthy Blue, the Communities of Color Network Tobacco-Free Living, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to Week 13 of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we come to you each week from Martha's Bistro, located at 19900 Old Scenic Highway in Zachary, Louisiana. We invite you to come out, neighborhood of 12:30, 1 o'clock, see us shoot the show, talk a little SU football. Of course, you can catch Martha's Bistro on all their social media sites at Martha's Bistro and learn more about what they have to offer, and of course, come up and taste some of their delicious food. Of course, we come on about 5 times a week on Cox 4 and Cox 113, and you can catch those on the graphic that we're going to show you. As well, you can catch the show anytime on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel, so you can catch us at your leisure. Coach, jumping right into it, open week means recruiting trail and hitting it hard. Where did you go this past week? Where did your staff go to see some players?
Well, a lot of our staff, I know Coach Berry was in Atlanta, which is, been a good area for us. Most of it was local recruiting, just watching games and evaluating players. But the biggest thing was just make sure you get your mind rested, because we have been on the path up until this week, just really resting our minds and getting ready for the stretch run.
Coach, on offense, we're talking about seniors like Austin Howard, Herb Edwards, Dylan Beard. All those guys put up some major numbers for us this season. Your philosophy is next man up, but how does recruiting work with your philosophy of next man up?
Well, I think when we play as many freshmen as we play, I think those guys, we can sell that in recruiting. I think people realize that, we try to stand behind what we say in recruiting, is that if you give us a chance, you'll get a chance to play. And you can see that by the total number of freshmen that play, the total number of walk-ons that play. And that's what it's all about, playing not only the next guy up, but playing the best guy that you feel at those positions should be out there.
Well, as we normally do during our open week, we've got a nice highlight reel put together for you of all the hot offensive plays that have happened. So here we go, Coach. Let's show the folks some of the great highlights from the season since our last open days. And of course, this guy has provided many highlights this season. Number 21, Herb Edwards, senior running back that we just talked about.
Well, exactly. What I like to see on that run right there, he's doing a great job of protecting the football. But Herb stepped up and played really well for us.
That is not a guy I like to see run, Coach. Austin Howard with his banged up knee. But, he's really taken that injury in stride, and he really has played lights out and done what's necessary, whether it be run, but he really has become a more efficient passer, as you can see right here.
Well, exactly. I think Austin is much healthier than he was early in the year, and it's okay to go ahead and get those 5 or 6 yard runs and get down.
Another guy we talk about having to replace at tight end, Dylan Beard. You've got a capable guy here currently, Coach, but to replace a guy like Dylan Beard and his numbers, that's got to be quite a recruiting task.
Well, what you do is you create the window, and sometimes you have to do it by committee, but the good thing about it, we got 3 tight ends. He's a senior. We get 2 coming back that plays a lot for us, so hopefully those guys will continue to improve in all season.
Coach, when you have a guy like an Austin Howard and you got a couple of capable quarterbacks, is there a certain skill set that you look for more than others? Like Lampley is a pretty capable runner. Do you look for a guy who's got a really, really big arm, or you just look for a guy with a complete package?
Well, we look for that dual threat guy, a guy that can just monitor what we're doing and execute at a high rate, and that's what it's all about. And I think we got 3 good quarterbacks that are behind Austin, and the future look bright for us.
Well, there you have it. There he is again, Herb Edwards taking one up the gut. Coach, it's a real good story on Herb Edwards, running behind Leonard Fournette in high school, running behind Leonard Tillery, who became the greatest SWAC running back. But Herb has really represented himself well this year.
Done a great job for us, and I hope he continues to play well with the Classic coming up.
some of the running backs that are coming up behind Herb, Coach? Mackey and who's the other one? Washington.
Well, you have those are receivers. You have Devon Ben, you have Mims, or two guys that have played the most behind Herb Ellis.
There you see Herb taking one in. Austin setting back, hitting his guy in stride. Coach, at the receiver corps, senior Randall Menard, he's going to get a redshirt year and be able to come back next year?
Well, that'll be up to the NCAA, but I know we're planning on doing the necessary paperwork to try and get that for him. Unfortunate injury that he had early in the year. Hopefully we can get that young man back in the Jaguar uniform.
That was a young man we enjoyed watching this year grow as a player. DeMario Houston, he'll be back. Well, there you have it. Some of the hot offensive plays from the Southern University Jaguar season since our last open date. When we come back, we'll look at the defensive side of the ball on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
The biggest scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawing for the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Each morning in Baton Rouge, we rise to meet opportunity. We carry the weight of responsibility proudly. We choose our paths. We move fast and we fly high. We light the way for others to follow. We make it happen. But what really matters is what happens when we land at home. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport. Fly easy.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, as we promised, we'll talk a little bit about the defensive side of the ball. A little tougher task to replace some of your defensive players, Coach. You got some real go-getters on that defensive side of the ball who've had really, really great seasons. We're talking about all SWAC player, possible future NFL player, Danny Johnson at cornerback, all SWAC defensive end, really the heart of the defense, Aaron Tiller. Another motor for the defense, Simeon Houston, linebacker, Contavious Preston, who showed up real heavy in the stats all year long, defensive back, Jamar Mitchell. I mean, really, really big impact players as well as leaders for the football team. Do you really replace guys like that, Coach, or do you have to groom other guys to have an opportunity and create their own legacy?
Well, I think it's some of both. You know, I think you try to create a culture where guys can come in and create their own identity and create their own legacy. And I think what you try to take from each class is the seniors pass something on to the underclassmen, and the underclassmen try to figure out what worked well for those teams and what will work well for the new team coming up in 2018. So, you know, it's a combination of things, but I really think is identifying who those leaders will be, put them in leadership roles, and begin to train the next group of leaders for the Jaguar football program.
Coach, as the former defensive coordinator, do you find yourself defaulting to spending a little bit more time on the defensive side of the ball than the offensive side of the ball?
Well, exactly. I mean, that's what my background is on defense, but I go on the offensive side as well and just try to look at it from a defensive perspective inside their room and you know, we bounce ideas off each other. Coach Berry's done a great job with the offense. Coach Oliver's doing a great job with the defense, and you know, all the guys would want it to be a lot better than what it really is. But the thing is, you must be working towards that. As long as guys keep getting better, then we got a chance going down the stretch.
Let's jump into those hits from the defensive side of the ball since our last open date. Definitely want to show you some of those hits, and here they come. We talked about him, Coach. There he is, Aaron Tiller running somebody down. Contavious Preston, huge hit right here, Coach, by Augustine. That's another young man, really, Coach, who I thought has had not a big stat season, but a good season in playing his position.
Well, yes, he's growing up, and that's the big key with him is just the mindset, just having the mindset to make sure that you're locked in mentally so that you can go out and put your physical ability on display.
There's a great defensive bat away by DeMario Houston. That kid seemed to be around the ball anytime it went up in the air, and a lot of people threw his way because they didn't want to throw Danny Johnson's way, Coach.
Well, exactly. In that corner, at that side, you're going to have to step up at the corner position, and DeMario Houston's been one of those guys who's done a great job for us. There you go, right there.
Coach, another metric that, you know, is talked about lightly is quarterback hurries. Aaron Tiller, Simeon Houston, Contavious Preston, they did a heck of a job this year, really pressuring those quarterbacks and making them get rid of the ball at the inopportune time, which gave your secondary a chance to make a play on the ball or to make an interception.
Well, exactly. Hits on the quarterback. Like you said, QB Harry, sacks, hits, all those things lead to ineffective passing. And when you can do that, the defensive backs got a chance to make more plays.
There you saw Tiller playing lights out and rushing the quarterback into making a bad throw. Here's an interception right here. Uh-oh, he missed it. Boom, Tiller on the sack. Great defensive game tackling right here, swarming to the ball. Coach, that's really what you really want. You want at least 3-4 guys putting their hands on the offensive player.
Exactly. You want game tackling, and when you do that, you know, you're getting a lot of hats, great pursuit, and just really doing a great job of swarming the football. And we're going to need to do that, you know, especially with the Classic coming up.
Here you have another great defensive play by the secondary. There was another one of those things you just talked about, Coach, the quarterback hurry, a very important metric to get a team out of rhythm. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a team that's got decent rhythm, the Grambling State Tigers and the Bayou Classic. So stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
I have 2 kids, and like any mom, I want them to be healthy. So I chose Healthy Blue for our Healthy Louisiana plan. We get all our Medicaid benefits and pharmacy and prescription drug coverage. But you know what I really like? I get rewards for taking my kids to their doctor visits.
Choose Healthy Blue. Call 1-855-229-6848 today. That's 1-855-229-6848.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, we come to you each week from Martha's Bistro, located at 19900 Old Scenic Highway in Zachary, Louisiana. We invite you to come up, taste their delicious food as we do the show. Of course, you can also check them out on @Martha's Bistro on Twitter and Instagram. And you can see the kind of stuff they have going on besides the delicious food. Occasionally they bring in some nice bands that play on the weekend, so you can have you a dinner date at Martha's Bistro. Coach, of course this was an open week, but even during open weeks, guys still have to follow the process of the Southern Jaguar football team. Who are our open week players of the week this week?
Well, these would be some scout team guys that I thought did a great job, really been doing a great job all year long. But during the open week, wide receiver, Detrail Broomfield, has done an outstanding job giving us a great look and giving us great effort. Defensively, a guy that I really think is going to be a good football player that's really done a good job for us on defense is Keenan Tate, a guy that's really worked hard and done a great job for us. In special teams, you know, you don't really think about those special team guys, but it's been our long snapper, whether it's for the punt team, whether it's for the SWAT team, he's done a great job for us, and that's James Todd.
Well, there you have the Alpha Media Players of the Week. Coach, we have no Coca-Cola player interview this week because of the open week, so let's jump into a little early Bayou Classic talk. Today, we had the Bayou Classic press conference this morning at 10 o'clock, the 44th annual Bayou Classic press conference in the Superdome. A nice attendance this morning. I think that for the most part, you know, we heard some good bragging from the Grambling side. The president was really proud of their national championship and their 2 SWAC championships. When you're sitting there and you're listening to that, Coach, what are you chomping at the bit to say when it becomes your turn to talk?
Well, I really think you just take it all in, and you know, I believe I'm a humble guy. You know, I think their programmers came a long way, just like I believe our programmers came a long way. They benefited from being a really good football team down the stretch, but you look forward to the next opportunity, getting the chance to go out on the field and really trying to dethrone the champs. I mean, for the last 3 years, it's really been difficult for teams to find a way to beat them. But I really think we got a good football team. I like the mindset of it, and I'm just really looking forward to playing the 44th annual Bayou Classic.
Coach, one of the things that I've been seeing on social media is the talk of the national championship game. North Carolina A&T has won their conference in the MEAC, and people are saying now they're just waiting on the champion from the SWAC, either Grambling or Alcorn State, like we don't have the Bayou Classic to play. Have your teams seen some of that, and have they reacted to some of that?
Well, they're not going to react because of how we go about doing business, but I'm for sure they're aware of it, and that's okay. You know, this game is going to be played between the lines. You know, you can put what you want to put out there social media-wise, but one thing I tell our guys is that you're guaranteed 60 minutes. What you do with it is solely up to you, and that's how we go about business. We don't really worry about what another team is saying or what they're writing in the paper, putting on social media. We understand we go get 60 minutes, and what we choose to do with it will solely be up to the men in that locker room.
Well, when we come back, we're going to look at our upcoming game, the mighty important Bayou Classic. Who'll decide who goes to the SWAC championship from the SWAC Western Division. So stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
The biggest scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawing for the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Each morning in Baton Rouge, We rise to meet opportunity. We carry the weight of responsibility proudly. We choose our paths. We move fast and we fly high. We light the way for others to follow. We make it happen. But what really matters is what happens when we land at home. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport. Fly easy.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, you know, all year long, Joe Dupree, who interviews the players and shoots camera for us, will call me and talk about, man, I can't wait for football season. I can't wait for football season. And here we are, week 13 of the Jaguar Football Show, literally at the end of football season, which means the Bayou Classic, the 44th annual Bayou Classic, which pits Southern University against Grambling State University. Coach, amazingly, we are in the same place we were last year. Two SWAC Western Division undefeated teams, two really good teams peaking at the right point, about to go head-to-head on the football field.
Well, Zach, you know, I think you worked hard to put yourself in this predicament, and you're talking about two programs that have really been dominant in the conference since Coach Fobbs took over at Grambling and I took over at Southern. I think I saw something in the paper where both teams are like 55-5 in conference play. We'll take out the head-to-head battles. And that's pretty dominating. So it ought to be a game that all fans want to watch and see. I know alumni want bragging rights, and we understand how important it is. And we also understand that they've had the upper hand. So, you know, but this year I really think we got the right mindset, and I think our team is in the right frame of mind going into this game without the distractions of not being able to play postseason, but having an opportunity to really have a fresh shot at going to the SWAC championship, knowing that we can play beyond that. I think it's a great time for our football program, and I really think this is a great game, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Coach, winner of the Bayou Classic, the 44th annual Bayou Classic, goes to the last SWAC championship game in Houston. How do you feel about the SWAC championship coming to an end?
Well, you know, I think everybody's put the chips into the Celebration Bowl. And, you know, you go to the SWAC championship, it's not really a big payout for the schools, and at least the Celebration Bowl creates revenue for the conference and all the team members. So we're excited about the opportunity, and I think going to Southern played in the first SWAC championship, and now they got a chance to play in the last one. I think that's a great testament to how dominant the program has been throughout the 44 years of the Bayou Classic. So I think it's an exciting opportunity for us to be back on the field, playing for it all, yet another year, and why not Southern this year?
Coach, last year, first half, I mean, pressure was really on. We were up most of that first half. We go into the second half and seemed to come off the rails a little bit. We got off track a little bit versus what brought us success in that first half. How do we put together that whole game this year? How do we put together a great first half, a great second half, and really make that thing happen to where we come out with that victory this year?
Well, I think you can draw from your experiences. I think you got enough of guys in that locker room that have been there and understand. I think that the team is growing older together. I think we've grown a lot throughout this year. I think we've been in some adverse situations and we've been able to overcome them. So I really think all those experiences together will help propel us going forward in this 44th annual Bayou Classic.
Coach, on offense, Grambling has the reigning SWAC Offensive Player of the Year and All-SWAC quarterback Devontae Kincaid. They also have All-SWAC running back Martez Carter. That's been their offensive leaders. How do we slow those guys down, and how do we try to stop the offense from what they want to try to do?
Well, I really think that's the focal point. It starts with those two guys. Kincaid has been advertised. He's one of the better dual-threat quarterbacks in our conference. He's the reigning MVP, and the ball's going to touch his hands every play. The biggest thing with Carter is just making sure you tackle and wrap up, and you really got to swarm the football. But I really think what we're doing defensively is going to give us a great opportunity to have some success. You look at last year's game, we blew some coverages and turned some guys loose, which allowed the separation in the second half. We turned the ball over in the second half, which allowed possessions for them. But I really like the way Austin Howard is playing. I really like the way our offense is taking care of the football. And I really like the way our defense is coming with the right mindset and understanding each and every day. So it ought to be a classic worth watching. Get your tickets, and we'll be kicking this thing off on Saturday at 4 p.m. Hope to see you there.
Coach, the G-Men defense is led by linebacker Darius Christmas, Deontay Hatter, as well as defensive back Diamante Johnson. What do you see from those guys, and what kind of success can we have against them with what we like to do on offense?
Well, they're a penetrating group of linebackers. They want to try to attack the edge of the offensive lineman and set what we call a point so the ball can't get outside. But the biggest thing is just making sure that we understand what our offensive line is capable of and what our offense is capable of. And if we can get some blocks on them, we can move the football. We moved it last year. We had to put 30 points up. But I really think Austin Howard is ready to have one of those performances that leave people talking for years to come.
Well, Jaguar Nation, we need you in the building, because with the G-Men winning, they're going to be there looking for a victory. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
I have 2 kids, and like any mom, I want them to be healthy. So I chose Healthy Blue for our Healthy Louisiana plan. We get all our Medicaid benefits and pharmacy and prescription drug coverage. But you know what I really like? I get rewards for taking my kids to their doctor visits.
Choose Healthy Blue. Call 1-855-229-6848 today. That's 1-855-229-6848.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette, is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
All right, as we do every time we wrap up each show, go Jags!